So if you're the type of person that likes to have the technology in your car, but only when that technology is simple to use, then you are the type of person that the K5 has been designed for. Because this device, along with its other features, has to quite possibly be the easiest Android Auto CarPlay system to set up and operate, and that I have ever reviewed before. No, the K5 is not packed with lots of complicated features, making it difficult to use at all. But the way it's been designed is clever, because it still provides you with all of the features that you would need to be able to do virtually anything with it. I have to admit, for an unbelievably easy to use device like this, you would not expect it to support voice commands, but it does. For example, turn off display. And just like that, it does it. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like car technology content, then hit that subscribe button because that's what you're going to see on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing another Android Auto CarPlay device, and this time it's the OBDPeak K5. The K5 is a convenient and compact sized device with an 8-inch IPS touchscreen. I would describe the K5 as a very basic and simple design with minimal features as well. Now there are 3 connection ports on the bottom of the device. So you've got your USB-C port, which is for power. Next to that, an AV input, and over here the 3.5mm port, which is the audio output. It does also have a memory card slot as well, like the majority of all other car tech devices have these days. And this here on the top is the device power button to turn it on and off. The K5 has been designed to be very easy to set up and operate, and that is one feature that most people are going to like about it, because when you want to do things such as mirror casting from your smartphone, it is seriously so unbelievably easy to do, as I will demonstrate to you later on. So if you're wanting to install Android Auto or CarPlay into your car by yourself, which with this device you can do, and you also want a device that is really easy to use, then the K5 could be something that you would be interested in. One important thing to note, because it is a little bit confusing in regards to the features of the device, is the instruction manual, which repeatedly keeps mentioning other versions of this device also being available as well. So some of the features that are advertised in the link that I will leave in the description area below for you may not work with all of the K5 devices that you can buy online. So please do keep this in mind if you're purchasing one. For this review, I'm just going to be demonstrating the features of this particular device that I have here, and which is from the link below, as I said before. Now, my first impression when unboxing this device was the small size of it. Yes, 8 inches is not exactly big, but with a device like this, it's actually the perfect size, as you don't want it any bigger than that. Well, in my opinion anyway. Especially on a car like mine, that has a very small front windscreen like this. Okay, so the K5 comes supplied with a suction type mounting adapter, which can be used to mount it to your dashboard or your windscreen like I've done here. You power it up using this cigarette lighter socket power adapter cable that is also supplied with the device, and it's also advertised to support any power supply source up to 32 volts as well. It can also be powered up using an optional buckline interface cable, which again is what I've done here. But obviously this would require you to hardwire into the car, so if you have no car electrical knowledge, then that's probably not an option you'd want to try. If using the cigarette lighter power adapter cable, and your car cigarette lighter socket is also controlled off your ignition as well, then this device will of course turn on and off with the ignition. However, if using the buckline interface cable, it will not turn on and off with the ignition at all. So to be able to turn it on and off, you will need to tap on the power icon button here on the display screen, and that will turn it off. You can just tap anywhere to turn it back on again. You can also use the power button on the top, just press that once, that will turn the display off. Press it again, and that will turn it back on. If you hold the button down for 2 seconds, it will completely turn the device off, instead of just putting it into standby mode, which is all that pressing the button once or tapping the button on the screen will do. That is fine as well though, as this is not the type of device that is going to drain your car battery overnight. So if you just want to leave it in standby overnight for a couple of days or so, then that will be fine. You're not going to come back to a dead car battery the next day. There is also another option to turn the display on and off as well, and that is by using voice commands. So for example, turn off display, turn on display. This feature unfortunately does not work when using Android Auto though, and I have noticed that you do also have to be very close and speak quite loudly when using the voice command feature as well. As you probably picked up, I'm not shouting at you, I'm just trying to speak louder so the device can hear me. And no, apart from turning the display on and off, the voice command feature cannot be used to control anything else with the device either, unfortunately, unlike some other devices which you have more control over with the voice commands. However, Google Assistant is also supported as well, and that will only work with Android Auto. Sure, it is not able to turn the display on and off, no, but it can most certainly do pretty much anything else that you need. Hey Google, what's the time?
It's 1:44 p.m.
Okay. Hey Google, turn on garage opener.
Alright, turning the garage opener on.
Now, being small in size, this device can also be rotated as well between landscape and portrait modes, for example like this. But the viewing display mode, as you can see, does not actually adjust automatically when you change the angle of it. So instead you need to manually adjust the screen angle and then change it between landscape and portrait mode by manually tapping on the rotate button on the display. So you go back to the main options, you tap on this rotate button here, and then you tap on confirm. However, unfortunately, as you can see, when you do this, it also means the device will now automatically have to reboot as well to acknowledge the change of rotation. As for audio output, the K5 has a few options that it supports. The first option being the built-in speaker, but of course the sound quality that you're going to achieve from that is not going to be great. But that's no different with any of the other systems with their built-in speakers either. It is an option though there that if you want it. Alternatively, the other three options are better and are what I would recommend, which are Bluetooth, FM audio transmission, or by using the 3.5mm auxiliary cable and connecting it directly between the device and your car stereo's auxiliary audio input. At the moment, the option I am using right now is the FM audio transmission, and that's because one, I don't need to use an extra cable, and the bass always sounds better using the FM audio option for some reason, and that's with all devices as well. As you can hopefully hear for yourself in the background, I'll just turn it up for you now. The K5 does also support a rear view camera input as well, which is what the AV input is for that I showed you earlier on in the video. So you can purchase a optional rear view camera with the device and then set it up so it works as a reversing camera every time that you put the car into reverse gear. This device I have here did not actually come with a rear view camera, but I have so many cameras, so I've already got a camera that is compatible with it. So I have temporarily set one up just now so I can demonstrate this for you. So now when I engage reverse gear, like I'm going to do right now, as you can see, the rear view camera is automatically displayed on the screen for me. Obviously I've got two cameras, I've got so many cameras on this car, so when I put this car into reverse, I get so many rear view images from everything. This does make the job of reversing the car even easier though. I personally would definitely recommend buying the camera with this device, as this feature is incredibly useful to have in any car. But if you are not electrically minded, you might need to get someone to wire this up for you as well. Now, aside from the optional rear view camera feature, this device's main other features are just CarPlay and Android Auto, which you can use to do everything from playing your music to making phone calls and of course navigation as well using Google Maps or Waze, etc. However, as I showed you before, there is also a memory card slot built into this device as well. So yes, you can also insert a memory card into this device, and then using another one of its features, which is the media player, just here, you can then watch media directly off the memory card. So it can also be used like an MP5 player as well. And it does support a wide variety of media formats as well, such as F4V, MOV, MP4, TS, MP3, WAV, and JPEG, and more. The device is advertised to support memory cards up to 64 gigabytes in size, It's definitely not as convenient as using a USB flash drive, no, but unfortunately that is not a supported feature with this particular device. These days everything is online though, so as cool as MP5 players are, I don't know if a lot of people would really use them anymore. I personally would never use it, I don't think. Anyway, but again, it is a feature that is there if you need it. Now, for the iPhone users, AirPlay is also supported as well. And if you're an Android lover, like me, don't worry, you have not been left out either, as this device also has another feature built into it as well, which is this, and it's known as SuperLink. SuperLink is a really easy feature to set up for Android users, so they can use it to mirrorcast their smartphone to the device, now allowing you to control your smartphone from the device itself. You do need to download and install the OBDPeak app to your smartphone first to be able to use this feature though. One huge benefit of this feature is how easy it makes it to watch your favorite movies and videos on the device's bigger screen, such as YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, etc. And then there's this feature here, AirDrop. This is another way you can use this device as an MP5 player as well, but instead of playing the media off the memory card that you install into the bottom of the device, using AirDrop you can actually play the media directly off your smartphone instead. So just think of it as the memory card is now in fact your smartphone. That's pretty cool, right? So for example, if I go into AirDrop, I have this YouTube short stored here on my phone that you would need from a simple and affordable HUD like this, which I can now watch directly on the display screen of the device instead. This is actually quite a cool feature, but the functionality of it is probably quite limited when you compare it to the mirrorcast feature, which can also be used to do the exact same thing, including a lot more as well. And that's about it for the OBDPeak K5. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is a very simple and basic design, so it does not have a lot of other features than what you have already seen. However, with the features that it does have, I honestly cannot think of anything that you would not be able to do with it. So does it really need any other features anyway? For an Android user, as an example, between the Android Auto and the mirror casting features and the SuperLink, there is pretty much nothing you are not able to do. Of course, like all the other Android Auto CarPlay devices, you can alternatively just play your music on the device from your smartphone over a Bluetooth connection as well, but I personally find Android Auto a lot more convenient to do this, so I never use the Bluetooth music feature on any of these devices. And of course, you can make phone calls and do all the other things as well using the Android Auto and CarPlay features. You can also use any of the other compatible apps on your phone as well, directly from the device itself. As you can see, I have my smart home linked to the device as well, so here are my Tuya and Home Assistant apps. As for the cost of the device, at the time of this review it's going to cost you about 115 New Zealand dollars, and if I'm honest, for that price I would have expected a front view dash cam built into it as well, as some of the other devices for around that same price do offer this, but of course, as you have seen, the K5 does not offer a front view camera at all. Well, at least not with this version I have here anyway. Maybe there is another version that does, but I don't think there is. The reversing camera option is nice to have though, and in my opinion is also very important for any device like this to support. Anyway guys, that now brings us to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. As I mentioned earlier, I have put a link in the description area below for anyone who is interested in purchasing this particular version of the K5 for themselves, and again I highly do recommend purchasing the rear view camera with it as well, unless of course you already have a reversing camera set up in your car already. But please note, like a lot of other devices, not all cameras are supported, so to be safe it is best to buy the camera with it, so you can be 100% sure that it will be compatible. If you liked this video or found it helpful, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week, and I hope to see you all in the next video.